in my last bit of waffle about vaccines, I just mentioned towards the end that what always tends to happen is that whether it's health-wise or something so-called society-wise, it's always about reacting to the surface issue. Health-wise, that's obviously the way that health service works, because if you only treat the cause, or just what's on the surface, I should say, then chances are it's going to stay on the surface, and you'll keep on going back, and therefore you're keeping the health service should always be in speech marks, the health service, you're keeping it going. You're a repeat offender for the health service. You're constantly in and out getting your repeat prescription. Nice one. But the health service, the doctors, whatever, very, very rarely look beneath the surface. And like I said, the same tends to go for things in society. It's a slightly different reason, I think, why the surface is rarely scratched. Usually because there's some agenda in play, which I'll mention now. I was going to mention the absolutely fucking shocking knife crime that appears to be absolutely rampant in the UK at the minute. It seems to every day there seems to have been someone or others, usually without any particular provocation, getting either seriously or fatally wounded. Now, there is, I think, an agenda, not necessarily behind why people are attacking other people in such a way, but the response to these attacks, and I think the agendas are the usual ones. It's more surveillance. There's already been reported that police are going to get to check individuals without any suspicion. They can just go up to somebody and say they want to check up on that person. And I'm sure there will be other limitations. Again, once again, social media wise, what gets spread and what gets shared and what doesn't get shared. There's always something that can be gained politically by these kind of events. And again, today it was reported that the powers that be would like to get schools and doctors and police and other such services to be held accountable for not reporting people, for not spying on people, on children or young people or whoever they think the biggest demographic is. They want them to act as spies to report on people, which is nice. So yeah, there's always an agenda going on, but again, there's nothing looks below the surface. Always what can be done reactionary, what can be done as a reaction, rather than looking at, holding up your hands and saying, hey, what is actually going on here? Why are people feeling the need to have these attacks at other people? What is causing these things, and in fact, what is the cause? Because if you can't really and honestly find out what the cause, or the many causes are, the contributory factors are, then you're never going to deal with it. And again, that's the same for health as well. If you don't find out what those and all the different underlying problems might be, some of them physical, some of them maybe not, then you're never going to getting close to sorting out what the issue is. You're never going to find true health. I mean, as for these knife attacks, they are absolutely horrific, you know. People, they're so young. And they're having their lives taken away in the most just disgusting way. I mean, attacking someone with a knife, it's such a personal crime. You've got to be up next to that person, and you've got to have it in your head that you are going to take that object in your hand and you're going to thrust that object into the other person. It's not like you're taking aim at someone from a distance away, you know, where you can almost detach yourself from it. You've got to be, you are totally, in that moment where it's just the most horrible, base, hate-filled act that you could really do to somebody else. But anyway, I just wanted to just mention the whole, again, how we tend to, or how the establishment and so on never want to look at the root, the causes. They're just happy to keep on having these things happen so we can keep on having the problems and the reactions and the solutions pushed upon us. Cheers.